everyone. Number 42 in the Queen 50 series, and this is I Want It All. I Want It All. Was that a wish of Freddie's? Let's find out. I Want It All was written by Brian May, but credited to Queen, and reached number 3 on the singles charts of the United Kingdom, Finland, Ireland, and New Zealand, as well as on the US Billboard Album Rock Tracks chart. May said that I Want It All is about having ambitions and fighting for one's own goals. Because of this, the song became an anti-apartheid song in South Africa and has also been used as a gay rights protest theme and a rallying theme for Black American youth. Probably, well, I'll have to listen to it first, but I'm guessing it could probably be used for any movement that is calling out for something that is owed to it or that it ought to have. The record is sung mainly by Mercury, with May singing backing vocals on the choruses and a solo and duet bit with Mercury on the middle 8. The song was first played live on the 20th of April 1992, 3 years after its release, during the Freddie Mercury tribute concert, performed by the 3 remaining members of Queen, with Roger Daltrey of The Who. I've listened to, was it Love Rain O'er Me? Was that The Who, or was that, yeah, I think so. That was a long time ago. Singing lead vocals, and Tony Iommi of Black Sabbath playing rhythm guitar. Black Sabbath. I've done that one too. Freddie Mercury himself never performed the song live, as he died in November 1991 from AIDS at the age of 45, and his final performance with Queen was at the end of the Magic Tour at Nebworth Park on the 9th of August 1986. So, let's see what this I Want It All is all about.
I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. Adventure seeker on an empty street, just an alley creeper, light on his feet. A young fighter screaming with no time for down, with the pain and anger, can't see a way out. It ain't much I'm asking, I heard him say, gotta find me a future, move out of my way. I want it all. I want it all. I want
Well, if that guitar solo wasn't a move out of my way solo, I don't know what is. Okay, I'm going to finish listening to the end and then we'll go back through.
If you want the truth, here's to the future. He's a crying. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it
Was it Jim Morrison that said that I listened to one of his pieces
When the music's over.
when the music's oh yeah, Jim Morrison, Doors, When the Music's Over, right? When the Music's Over is the title of the piece, and when he's saying something like we want it all and we want it now or something.
We want the world.
We want the world, and we want it now. This sounds a bit like that, doesn't it? It has the same, I want it all. We want the world, and we want it now. Well, let's go back through and tear it apart a little bit, because it's really driving, carry you along on the current of its flood piece.
I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now.
And I want it now. Right there. You know, it's so interesting. When you have a movement, whether it's the call to end apartheid or some of the other things that were mentioned here, a protest for gay rights or any other right, or a rallying anthem for Black American youth. A lot of these movements that have come because something has been denied to them. When they start calling for it, of course, the sticks in the mud are saying, they just, they're spoiled. They're spoiled brats. They just want it all. They want it now, and they're not willing to work for it. And you always have these two sides, and it's as if to take a song like this and use it in a movement like that is a bit of a thumbing your nose at those sticks in the mud and saying, You say I want it now? Well, yes, I want it now, and I'm going to tell you to your face, I want it now, and not just I want it now, I want it all. Forget about the one thing I was asking for. If you're going to be difficult, I'll tell you now, I want it all. I want all that you have. So it's interesting to know that this kind of music gets adopted with movements like that, instead of them shying away and saying, we don't want to give excuses, we don't want to give them reasons to fight, to resist us. We'll be a little bit more, a little bit gentler, a little bit restrained in our way of stating what we are out to achieve. No, I want it all. I'm going to put it in your face. I want it all. But this wasn't actually written with a movement in mind. It was just written, as he said, having ambitions and fighting for one's own goals. And it gives me that feeling of kind of move out of my way, I'm coming through. In fact, I guess there's a line that says that, isn't it? Somewhere here? Yeah, gotta find me a future. Move out of my way. And I wanted to comment on the music in that moment, so let's get there. We'll get there, but also, what a great a cappella chorus moment with silence between each statement. I want it all. Let it ring, let everyone hear it fade, and then say it again. I want it all. Silence, let it sink in. I want it all. You can't hear me saying anything else. That's all I'm saying.
I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now.
And then the instruments come in.
Adventure seeker on an empty street.
Now, I don't know if you could see on my face the first time through. I was struggling to stay focused on the music because this line, da da dum bum bum, da da dum bum, it rings a bell. I feel like I've heard it, maybe even sung by Queen in another one of their songs that I've listened to already. Da da dum bum bum, da da dum bum. I can't place it today. So if anybody has a suggestion of where I'm hearing that from, because this is not the first, I guess it wasn't very many songs ago, it was Fat Bottomed Girls, wasn't it? Where I knew, I had the image in my mind, I could hear the harmonies, the voices, the chorus and everything for a certain melody in there. And I could not place it. It took me a couple weeks to finally figure it out. And for those of you who are curious, it's now let me get my mind over there because okay. It was
I got peace like a river.
oh yes, I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. Go listen to Fat Bottom Girls, listen to I Got Peace Like a River, and see if you can find the quotation of that I Got Peace Like a River melody in Fat Bottom Girls. It was driving me mad. Now this is going to do the same thing, but this time I don't think that this is a gospel chorus or other genre of music. Somehow I feel like I've heard it somewhere in this rock music journey along the way, and I can't place it. Is it a Queen song? Is it another band, another artist? I don't know, but I'm putting it out here now, and then I'm going to lay it to rest for the rest of the piece because I don't want it to derail the whole discussion. But all I can recall is this da da dum bum bum, da da dum bum, and I can almost sing the next part. And in my mind, I hear it in a full-voiced chorus, perhaps with some drums. I don't know if there's guitar in it. Anyway, so I'm going to set it aside now. Let's move on.
Adventure seeker on an empty street. Just an alley creeper, light on his feet. A young fighter screaming with no time for doubt. With the pain and anger, can't see a way out.
Isn't it incredible the way Freddie is using his voice here? And there was another song recently that he used this much more aggressive, growling type voice. But this is another one of those where it's certainly pushing towards the darker, rougher vocal style. And it fits perfectly with the lyrics. Just an alley creeper, adventure seeker, just an alley creeper, a young fighter screaming with no time for doubt, with the pain and anger, can't see a way out. It's this, and he embodies it with his voice, and he does such a good job of it.
Light on his feet. A young fighter screaming with no time for
And the guitar is not trying to echo that same gritty voice. That balance between the two is so good. It's as if they knew that Freddie's voice was enough. And when the guitar answers, it's a thinner, reedier sound. And it does answer, but it's not trying to compete with this voice here.
Just an alley creeper, light on his feet. A young fighter screaming with no time for down. With the pain and anger, can't see a way out. It ain't much
And now a little bit.
asking. I heard him
It
say,
ain't much I'm asking.
gotta find me a future, move out of my way.
Yes. Move out of my way. And it's as if you feel and hear a piece of furniture, a door sliding open. Whoop, and I'm going to shove something out of the way because I'm coming through. Listen to the music behind it.
I heard him say, gotta find me a future, move out of my way. I want it all, I want it all, I want it all, and I want it now. I want it all, I want it all, I want it all, and I want it now.
Da bum bum da da bum bum da da bum bum. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if we can find that here. Isn't it interesting the way this is a crowd chant, and chant style. I want it all, I want it all, I want it all, and I want it now. And usually with those kinds of chants, we tend to hear, well, let's take We Will Rock You. We will rock you. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see here. That's using a major setup intervallically. Major third, right? Now we have I want it all, and I want it. I've got to go back to paying attention what this is because I'm mixing them up. They're too new for me to be able to go back and forth like that. Let's see. I want it all, I want it all, I want it now. I want it now. There we go. And I want it now. And that's a minor interval. The minor element gives it a sort of darkness, which we don't hear so often with crowd chants. And I want it now. I want it now. I want it now. No, I want it all. Told you, this is new. I'm getting the words mixed up. But my point is, regardless of this specific word in place, listen to the minor tonality here and the way it ends. I want it now on that minor set of 3 notes at the bottom. I want it all. I want it all. I want it now. It's dark.
Come gather round. I gotta give me a game plan. Gotta shake it to the ground. Just give it.
Gotta shake you to the ground, and it's as if somebody's just grabbed hold of your collar and gone, "Ah, over you go." And then there's almost a bit of a tussle happening there, isn't it? He even says, as if he's been punched or something, right?
I gotta give me a game plan. Gotta shake it to the ground. Just give me.
Take it.
What I know.
Oh, a little bit of tussle. Just give me.
Do you hear?
And this moment could actually fly by us rather quickly. We might even miss the point. And perhaps all of those, as I say, sticks in the mud, miss the point when they say that these movements are just spoiled brats wanting free handouts or wanting stuff that they don't need to have. But just give me what I know is mine. And if you're just listening to Freddie's voice and the drums and the bass, we might miss the fact that this is a real important point in the song. Who points it out to us as being key?
Just give me. What I know is mine. People, do you hear me?
It's Brian May's guitar. Because that is one of the highest pitches in the piece, isn't it? Well, I've got to listen through the piece again because I've only heard it once. But I don't remember it being that high pitched. It's as if he's saying, this line, this is the key, this is the phrase, this is the thing that puts it all in context. I want all that is mine. Give it to me because it belongs to me. It's mine. You shouldn't have it. And if you're not going to give it to me, I'm going to come fight you for it. And I'm going to push you out of the way. And I'm going to take it because it belongs. It rightfully belongs to me. And it's so interesting that they almost rush past this. And somehow it seems like Brian May had this instinctive sense that this needed to be pointed out and made emphatic, made marked in red, so that we don't lose the context and the balance of this. This is not somebody just going out and wanting to take everything that doesn't belong to him. I want it all. I want it all. I have this need to have everything and take and give it to me, please, because not even please, just give it to me because I want it. It's not a spoiled brat. It's somebody who says, it's mine and I'm going to go get it. I'm going to find a way to get it. I'm going to reach out and take hold of it. Just move out of my way. If you're in my way, you're in the wrong spot. And I will move you out of my way, on my way to get what is mine and what I rightfully ought to have.
What I know is mine. People, do you hear me? Just give me the sign. It ain't much I'm asking. If you want the truth,
Ain't much I'm asking.
here's to the future.
For the dreams of youth. I like the way this just carries along this sort of anthem. Here's to the future for the dreams of youth. But underneath it, in this moment, well, I was commenting earlier that the guitar stayed out of the way. But now we have the bass and some bit of growly depth happening here. We're building, the piece is growing and the current is coming together, gaining focus and momentum and strength.
I'm asking. If you want the truth, here's to the future. For the dreams of youth. Give it all.
And now the drums and the guitar. I like the way it echoes, both the bass and the voice work together. I want it now. And this, where did this come from? so different. We've been in this dark, I want it now, give it to me, I need to take it, I'm going to take it, I have ambitions, I'm focused, and the focus is building in the music to this point, and then suddenly all this glitter and sparkles and sparks. Where did they come from? And the voice softens. It becomes almost in contrast. In comparison, the contrast almost sounds like we've entered a magic room.
I'm a man with a one-track mind, so much to do in one lifetime. Leaning for compromise and where's and why's and living lies, so I'm living it all. Yes, I'm living it all, and I'm giving it all, and I'm giving it all.
It kind of makes me feel like perhaps I've gotten a glimpse inside his mind there, as he's saying, I'm a man with a one-track mind, so much to do in one lifetime. People, do you hear me? Not a man for compromise. And it feels as if this music is kind of taking me inside his mind and letting me hear not the outside impression that we get from him, but what's really going on in his mind. He's focused and he's got all this activity going up and down and all around and all this stuff to keep in order, and it's not dark and it's not aggressive and it's not mean and it's not nasty. It's just it all needs to be achieved, and he's on a mission, and this is what we're hearing going on inside his mind. And then suddenly it flips and we're back outside and we see the outer what's visible to our eyes. Step inside his mind.
I'm a man with a one-track mind, so much to do in one
So much to do, so much everywhere. Can you hear me?
and where's and why's and living lies, so I'm living it all. Yes, I'm living it all, and I'm giving it all, and I'm giving it all.
And then suddenly we're thrown outside. Here we go. And outside at high speed. In this moment that we took to step inside his mind, the current has grown even stronger and faster, and perhaps the channel has narrowed. This one-track mind has focused it, and so now we step outside. We suddenly realize, oh, if we hit the ground with our feet running, we've got to hurry to keep up, because he's gained momentum even more.
I'm giving it all, and I'm giving it all.
Here we go. Hold on. And he's happy. It's not so dark. It's like, I'm achieving things. Okay, and I haven't even commented on this, and I meant to from the beginning, because I noticed it the first time around. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. It sounds as if he's walking upstairs. He's moving his way up the ladder one step at a time, and each step he takes, he's a little bit stronger, and he's getting a little bit higher. He's moving towards his goal. And now in this iteration of it, we now have the wonderful crowd clap behind, which the audience is engaged. They're singing, they're clapping. Again, it's a great example of Freddie handling the crowd, isn't it?
And if you want the truth, here's to the future. He's a crying. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now.
And we keep going.
I want it all. I want it all.
And everybody's joining him.
And I
he continues on his way. Hold on, I just got an idea. So, I was talking earlier about when the guitar points out that high-pitched phrase points out that he only wants what he knows is his. Now here at the end, I want it now, I want it, and the guitar goes up and he reaches out and he takes hold of it, and you hear the guitar running back down. It's like, okay, I got what I needed, and then you hear, ha! As if, ha! I made it! I got it! It's that satisfied, ha! I achieved my goal. Listen to this. Reaching out. Reaching out. Can we get there? And now he climbs down the ladder because he doesn't need to be up there anymore. Because, ha! He got it right here. And that's the end. Okay, I'm not going to claim that Brian May, Freddie, Queen, all of them set up that ending that way with that image in mind. Not at all. They probably didn't. But still, because they're so attuned to the music and the message that they're wanting to convey, and they know how to set up the music to convey that message so well, it suddenly puts these pictures in our mind, and we end up finding things in the music that perhaps they didn't consciously place there, but they are part of the creative process and the artistic image that they have, and it's yet another. Going back to my comment about how, with a song like this, a mission like this, it's very easy for those who don't understand or who don't want to accept it to say, he's a greedy person, he's selfish, he's greedy, he's spoiled, whatever. No, he wants something, whether it's all that belongs to him or a particular goal or several goals in life. When we get to the end, we are shown very clearly, musically, that he is not greedy, that he's satisfied when he gets what he set out to obtain. He's not just out to take and consume and disregard the needs of those around him. He is going to get what belongs to him, and he's going to achieve his own personal goals in life, and he's going to do what it takes to get it done. But it's not what we would call spoiled brat. It's simply ambition and drive and focus and the desire to improve one's life, which, no matter where you grew up, what circumstances you grew in, if you have that in you, don't give it up. Don't just say, okay, they say I shouldn't. Which song was that I listened to? It wasn't a Queen song. It was what was it? It was the song about this bar sweeper, and his boss was telling him that he.
It was Queen.
It was Queen. Oh, it was Queen. So this.
Spread your wings and fly away. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Fly away.
Okay. Right. So this is kind of a. It makes a great pair with that piece, doesn't it? that was Queen. Spread your wings. Yes, of course. Okay, spread your wings and fly away. I want it now. Go achieve your dreams. Do what it takes to achieve your dreams. And forget all the naysayers along the way because, well, you can do it. I'll see you soon.